Friday function this week is with regards to the object connections functionality in IFS Cloud. This does exist in Enterprise Explorer, so technically not new functionality, but it does have a slight change to the way that you configure this and the way that you set it up. It does make it a little easier to administer for users and get out to user profiles faster. So the example that I'm using here is I have a customer order. Currently on this page, I'm able to attach documents and I'm able to attach risk profiles within the application. However, we want to be able to add an approval process to this, which will form part of my contract review conversations internally, so I can have a number of different approvals and stages that will go alongside this. Maybe I'm preventing my order from going from plan to release state. So the first step in order to do this is to identify what entity it is that I'm looking at and working on. That can be performed using the debug console found in the top right. So I say enable debug console. I go into my page information tab and I can see there's my entity that I'm looking to add this approval routing to. If I want to add it to the lines will be listed as we go through the page elements as well. But in this instance, I just want to add it to the top level record. I'm just going to close my debug console down. And then I'm going to go to the object connections screen in IFS, literally just called object connections. I'm going to find my logical unit, or if it doesn't exist, I can create new. In this instance, if I just go and find my logical unit, which is customer order, I can select that. Now, what's changed here is that now when I hit edit, you'll see that I have a whole new panel allowing me to more easily see what's connected and understand what I can connect to this screen. So if I hit edit, you can see here's my connected services on the right, my documents and my risks. What I'm going to do is attach an approval routing, but you can see I can add things like non-conformance reports, CAPAs, document requirements, change requests, change orders, media, all that good stuff. But in this instance, we're going to add the approval routing, tick this box, and then we've got this option here that says refresh cache for current connection. What that will do is it will mean that the cache in the background, the server cache, is automatically refreshed. So when I go back to that screen, all I have to do is refresh the screen. So let's hit OK here. And then we'll go back to our customer order and we'll be able to see that that is now available once I've refreshed the screen. So I go into my customer order, currently not available. So I'm going to hit my full refresh of the screen up here. And now that that's completely refreshed, I can see in my attachments pane, I now have my approval process available to me. And I might want to copy an approval template into that step so that I can do that against that customer order. If not, it doesn't have to be done, but it's that simple in IFS Cloud to switch on object connections for any of your logical units.